Welcome back to the Activist Training Lab video course. Today we are going to build on our previous videos on strategy and tactics and talk about the important concepts of escalation and reaction. Once you've chosen tactics for a campaign, the next step is to put those tactics in a timeline. You can do this week by week or month by month, depending on how fast you expect your campaign to move. But one important thing to consider as you put your tactics in this timeline is the concept of escalation. I'm going to quote directly from the awesome website Beautiful Trouble, which is a great resource for grassroots organizers, and they define escalation like this. Since a target rarely gives up after a single action, it is often necessary to strategically increase the pressure on them in a step-by-step escalation that draws upon a diverse mix of tactics. The key point here is that you don't usually win a campaign with one tactic. So ideally, each new tactic that you implement over time should draw in more people, building more power for future tactics, and each new tactic should be increasingly difficult for the target to respond to by being surprising, difficult for them to answer, or show that activists won't be giving up anytime soon. For example, you might start a campaign by simply having a lobby meeting with your target and asking them directly and politely to take action, like asking a politician to vote yes on a bill. But if they don't say yes, if they obfuscate, or if they delay taking action, you might turn up the pressure by getting people to call them and collect petition signatures. While you're doing that, you'll likely draw in new volunteers and people who can help organize future actions. And if the target continues to ignore the campaign's demands, those people can help you escalate by holding a rally outside their building and getting media and social media coverage. This turns up the pressure, and it will allow the message of your campaign to reach a wider audience still, bringing in even more new people. So if they still ignore you, you're ready to escalate again. Escalation works well because it increases pressure on the target over time. It also works well because it doesn't use higher level, more time-consuming, or riskier tactics until people are actually ready for that. At the beginning of a campaign, people aren't always ready to jump right into intense and high-level tactics like rallies or sit-ins. But after a target ignores them in meetings, ignores their phone calls, ignores petition signatures, ignores media coverage, people are more likely to become frustrated and feel that high-level tactics are necessary and be ready, willing, and excited to engage in those high-level tactics. Now that we've talked about escalation, let's talk about the principle of reaction. Reaction is the ability to be adaptable and responsive to your target's actions and changes in the socio-political terrain. So you have to know that even though you might come up with a tactical timeline and a plan for the months and weeks ahead, you have to be ready to change that plan at any time. Adaptability is especially important because, and I'm going to quote Saul Alinsky here, the real action is the enemy's reaction. And by enemy, he means target. So the way that a target responds to one of your tactics will often give you a strategic opening for a next, better tactic that capitalizes on their reaction. For example, let's say I deliver 500 petition signatures to my congresswoman and she immediately throws those petition signatures into the trash. I was planning to have a rally as my next tactic, but my congresswoman has just given me a great opening for a new and more effective tactic. Now, instead of a rally, I'm going to have 500 volunteers line up in 500 trash cans in front of her building and hold a banner that says, Congresswoman Smith thinks the opinions of her constituents belong in the trash. It's funny, it's straight to the point, it'll probably get more media coverage, and beyond that, I'm reacting to the opening she gave me with her action. The point is, you should be ready to abandon what you have planned at a moment's notice if there's an opening for a better and more strategic tactic. As an organizer, you have to be flexible and adaptable and react to things as they happen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel or visit our website for more Activist Training Lab related content.